Now look here, you fat fuck. When you do Around the Point today, you better promote the fucking big announcement, or else you're fired. All right, calm down, bro. I hear what you're saying. I got you. I will promote the announcement. Everything's gonna go okay. Thank you for letting me do this again. You're damn right you better thank it, you fat piece of shit. Now go on and do Around the Point, you fucking fat dork. All right, calm down, bro. I thank you. Man, these higher-ups do not fuck around. I tell you that right now. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in to another installment of Around the Point here on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/HeelSteven. It is Sunday. It is May 26, 2019. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up and share it through social media wherever you watch videos. Like the higher up just mentioned, I have to promote the big announcement. But obviously, on this episode, we will be giving out our review, if you will, of AEW Double or Nothing. But like the higher up just said, there's a big announcement, goddamn, for next week's show. And that being said, the big announcement is the fact that next week the band is coming back together. The band is coming back together for one episode of Around the Point. Now, for some of you out there that are new to this channel, you're probably wondering, what the fuck am I talking about? Now, if you are a longtime viewer of this channel, you probably have an idea of what I'm saying when I'm saying the band back together. But just to refresh everyone's memory, the band is coming back together next week here on Around the Point. That's right, myself, OK Fabe, you all may know him as Connor, and as well as the return of Matt from In the Rope Show. We are getting the band back together for one episode. We're going to be talking, just shooting the shit. And basically, it'll be me trying to interview both of my very good friends here on this platform. So make sure, guys, you tune in next week for the new installment of Around the Point, as I will be interviewing both Matt from In the Rope Show and Connor. You all may know him as OK Fabe. And you know, one of the big things that I want to do with this new format of Around the Point is I want to start also interviewing people, whether it be pro wrestlers, whether it be, you know, YouTube content creators from the wrestling community, podcasters, you name it. You know, for a long time, you know, one of my big, you know, Achilles heel is that I've been shy to interview people. It's funny because I did a video a couple years ago where I ran one of the busiest streets in my town like a fucking maniac because I fucking went crazy that I bought WWE 2K17. But at the same time, I was shy to interview, you know, people in general. So one of the things that I want to do on this platform, like I said, is interview people on the platform, if you will. So make sure you tune in next week, as like I said, the band is getting back together. And I'm happy for everyone. I'm happy for everyone's doing. I know Connor is doing his thing, whether it be on Sportskeeda, whether it be on Fight TV, iTunes, Stitcher, PodBean, Spotify, the OK Fabe Show, the Random Wrestling Podcast. He's also doing stuff with Jake DeMarco, the Wrestling Retrospective. He's literally everywhere. I shit you not. Hell, he's even as we speak, literally invading my girlfriend's panty drawer as we fucking speak. And he's also on Joe Cronin's Out of Nowhere. So guys, again, I can't wait for next week. Also for Matt, you know, he took a break from the wrestling thing and he's trying to get back into the swing of things. So again, make sure next week you tune in. I'll be interviewing both OK Fabe and Matt. Not just awesome people, but awesome friends. I consider them as brothers. As you guys remember, we did go to WrestleMania 32, the three of us, a weekend that I will never forget. A weekend that will always live with me for the rest of my life. So we'll probably talk about that and other stuff in general. So again, guys, tune in next week for the interview. You can follow me on all social media at HeelSteven, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Instagram, or the gram like the kids would say, Snapchat, everywhere in you name it, I'm literally there at HeelSteven. And again, guys, thank you all for tuning in on this episode of Around the Point. Double or Nothing was last week. My bad, last night. God damn, it's been a lot of going on, okay? Double or Nothing was last night. AEW's first show of their existence. I know people will say, oh, what about All In? All In was their first show too, Steve. But reality is this, though, okay? And now people don't understand this. All In was funded by Ring of Honor. Even though when Cody and the Bucks, oh, they self-funded the show, that really isn't true. It was funded by Ring of Honor. This was their first official show under the AEW banner. A lot of questions were going to be answered last night with this show. You know, will this be that boom or that pro wrestling revolution? Will this get people excited and all that stuff, right? And I'm going to be very honest with all of you guys. Yes, I've been critical about this company, not just myself, but also some of my friends that are on the platform as well, have had questions, have had, scratched their heads, and again, has been skeptical, if you will. And I can sit here now, a day after a day of Double or Nothing and all that stuff, after all that went down, I can sit here and confidently say that I am sold. I am completely sold, and I am on board. I am on board with AEW. I'm all in, if you will, with All Elite Wrestling. Last night's show was amazing. Yeah, there's some stuff that was there, but other than that, I honestly, genuinely enjoyed myself. Pro wrestling on a Saturday night, which I think also is very cool. I know everyone's been accustomed to a wrestling pay-per-view on a Sunday, but the fact that they did it on a Saturday, granted, Ring of Honor did that at one time too. They also do it on Fridays and Saturdays, but again, overall, this show was actually a very, very enjoyable show. If you have not watched it, go out of your way, give it a watch. Now, listen, I understand there's people that may not be big on AEW, maybe because, again, it's not their cup of tea, maybe because of the annoying fan base, whatever the fuck it may be. Just give it a watch. At least watch some of the matches, at least maybe 2 or 3 matches, give it a watch, and then after that, whatever. Okay? But nonetheless, AEW's finally here. They are heading to TNT coming up in October. They also announced that they are doing a show in Chicago on August 31st called All Out, which is the continuation of All In from last year at the Sears Center again. And I'm not going to lie, I am actually thinking about going to that show. And here's the thing about it. My brother lives in Chicago. He has a department in the city. And I remember when All In happened, he was telling me, hey, Steve, I know there's a big wrestling show coming up over here in Chicago. Because, again, the billboard was there and everything. And if you actually are planning on coming over, let me know, because him and his partner were not going to be there. I had the apartment to myself and all that stuff. So there was that, but I had things going on. I just came back from Cancun at that time as well during that summer. So I really didn't have the funds, really, if you will, to really go to Chicago, to go to All In, which I really wish I did. And I ain't gonna lie too, a part of me wished I was there last night at Double or Nothing. I have a lot of friends that went to Las Vegas. I had a lot of friends that took the trip, if you will, and enjoyed themselves. And I saw what they were posting on the gram, on Snapchat, on social media. And I guess also just rubbing it in everyone's face, like, ha, we're here while you're watching it at home or shit like that. But nonetheless, again, whether I was there or I watched from home like I did, I enjoyed myself. I really, really did. And I honestly I would love to hear your guys' feedback in the comment threads below, or if not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven with your thoughts on Double or Nothing. What was your favorite match of the show? Maybe what's your criticism of it? Again, no one is wrong on this platform. Here on Around the Point, no one is wrong. Unlike these other podcasts, unlike these other YouTubers, I am not going to try to force my opinion on you. I am not going to try to make it seem like, hey, if you disagree with me, I'm going to block you. No, by no means at all. I'm not going to be one of those people, okay? Just saying that right now. But let's get on with this show. Let's begin with this review. All this that happened last night. So, fun little fact, I did not get to watch the show live when it started because I was at work. I got out of work at 9 p.m., so I got home. I went to a friend's house after to watch the show, and nonetheless, I enjoyed myself, like I said. And they also seemed to enjoy themselves as well. They had a fun time watching it, what have you, so there was that. We kicked the show off with the buy-in that aired actually on their YouTube channel. There were some problems from what I've heard. So TNT on their TNT drama channel actually streamed the event there as well. So I got to watch that after the show's over. They started off with the over the top rope casino battle royal. Basically, how this happened was they had people pick a card out of the deck, and whatever card you got, you put in this group. So it started off with 5 guys in the ring. After every 3 minutes, they'll pick a card out, and if that card comes out, the people that represented that card will come out in a group of 5 or something like that, and the match will continue going forward. And then the last card was the Joker card, which again, that person, whoever had the Joker card, would come on last. And this match literally had the likes of everyone you can imagine on the independent scene. You had MJF, Luchasaurus, Jimmy Havoc, Sonny Kiss, Brian Pillman Jr., like I mentioned. If I didn't mention him, I'll mention him now. And so on and so forth. Tommy Dreamer was there too. Billy Gunn, Sean Spears, formerly known as Tye Dillinger in WWE. He got a massive pop as well. And again, overall, I enjoyed myself watching this match. Was it as good as the Over the Budget Battle Royal? No, in my opinion. But for what they did here, I enjoyed myself. Sonny Ace Romero fucking grabbed Marco's stunt. Like, he threw him into a pounce, and he just pushed him out of the ring. He felt like a fucking bug. Who I thought really shined in this match, believe it or not, with Luchasaurus. He eliminated the likes of Joey Janela. I think he even eliminated someone. I forgot already, but you gotta get the idea. I think he also eliminated Jimmy Havoc. I could be wrong on that. But again, I thought honestly he really shined in this match. I really felt like, he really looked good here. MJF, who started off the match, was again just hiding in corners here and there. You also got some moments too. Got that heat, if you will, because why the fuck not? The last entrant was Hangman Page, Adam Page. Got a big reaction. I think honestly when he came out, you kind of knew where they were gonna go with. Okay, the writing's on the wall. I don't mean that in a dick way or in a bad way at all. I don't. I thought overall it made sense. And at the same time, you think about it, Hangman Page's opponent originally was Pac, and that match got scrapped off. So I guess having him here, even with an injury, an alleged injury with a leg problem, going in there, getting in the match, getting involved, and it looked like, oh my god, he won the match. He eliminated Luchasaurus at the end, and I think it says a lot about Luchasaurus, the fact that he was the last person to be eliminated, allegedly, right? Like, to make it that far, I thought it was great. And then MJF tried to come in from behind to eliminate Hangman Page, but it didn't really work out. Eventually, Hangman Page got back into the ring, clotheslined him, and then threw him out of the ring. So Hangman Page has won the Casino Battle Royal. He will meet the winner of Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho, which we all know happened at the end of that match. With that match, and the winner of that, again, between Hangman Page and the winner of Jericho and Omega, are going to go on to wrestle to be crowned the first ever AEW World Champion. At the same time, I said this before, I think the future is with Hangman Page. It really, really is. I think to sit there right now and not realize that's kind of ridiculous. Also the fact that, hey, he did say he wanted to be the first world champion. We'll see if that happens or not, but again, I thought overall the Battle Royal, it was a good Battle Royal. Not as good as the Over the Budget Battle Royal, but nonetheless, I enjoyed myself as seeing what they did here. We had a segment backstage with Alicia Atout interviewing, I want to say it was Kylie Rae. And one thing about Kylie Rae, the way she looked here, I guess she's smiling, that's her thing. She looked like Dakota Kai's mother. I know Connor said that to me off the air, like literally a couple hours ago. Like, there's a close-up, right, between her, Peter Avalon, and Leva Bates, who are both portraying as the librarians, who's the actual librarian, and they zoom the camera on Kylie Rae. She's all smiling and shit, and the way she looks is like, holy crap, she looks like she can pass off as Dakota Kai's mother. And I don't mean that in a bad way, in a funny way. Keep that in mind, okay? We then get Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara in a one-on-one match. I thought this match was pretty good for what they did. Usually just back and forth, near falls here. Sammy got the heat here, got a lot of boo, mixed cheers there as well. And again, there's a good back and forth match. There's a moment in the match where Sammy does a shooting star press off the apron onto the guardrail where Kip Sabian was just hanging there, if you will. But with all said and done, Sabian blocked the 630 senton with his knees and hit the Deathly Hallows finisher for the win. So Kip Sabian won the match, got revenge for what happened at the weigh-in this past Friday where Sammy Guevara low-blowed him. But I think at the same time, it's cool to see that, hey, your future talents are being showcased in a one-on-one match, not just being placed in a random battle royal where they're not going to be showcased that much. So I think, again, them being placed here was pretty good. Then you had, at the end, to close off the kickoff show, you had the entire Elite cast. You had Brandy, you had Cody, you had the Young Bucks, you had Kenny Omega showing up, welcoming everyone to AEW. And Cody was hyping up the fans. Oh, the Evolution is here. They talked about how they sold out 20,000 seats, but no, it's actually 13. But that's what wrestling companies do. They ran up the number, taking jab to WWE, which it is what it is. They've literally done that a lot on the show. Keep that in mind too. Okay? We'll get into that momentarily. And we begin the show. By the way, the ending of the show, Jon Moxley. I'll just get it now. I'll just get it out of the way now because I know we'll get back to it eventually. Holy shit. Just saying. But now let's get back to the main card. Now we kicked the main card off with the 6-person tag. You had SCU, Christopher Daniels, Scorpio Sky, and Kazarian versus the Strong Hearts of Shima, T-Hawk, and L. Lindemann from OWE. They have a working affiliation between OWE and AEW. Overall, I thought it was a fun way to kick off the main card. Everyone got their spots in. Just felt like a good back and forth pace. Everyone did mostly some suicide dives outside the ring, that being Scorpio Sky, more importantly. But again, it was a good showing. Again, from all three guys there. Again, I wasn't familiar with T-Hawk or Lindemann. I am familiar with Shima. I've seen him wrestle before at Dragon Gate, DGUSA as well. Again, you all know SCU, Scorpio Sky, Christopher Daniels, Frank Kazarian. That just says it by itself. But it was all said and done. Daniels ended up pinning Lindemann after they hit the best Meltzer ever. The moonsault into a tombstone combination for the 1-2-3. So basically, again, you want to showcase the fact that, hey, these are AEW guys. Let them get the win. So that was good too. I think I was wrong on that, my prediction, but hey, it is what it is. We then get women's wrestling. Triple threat. We have Britt Baker, Dr. DMD Britt Baker, if you will, versus Nyla Rose and Smiling Kylie Ray. Smiling Kylie. And the match is about to begin. And by the way, you had Allie on commentary. It's funny because I thought Allie and Brandy were going to go at it at this show, but it looks like they're going to be going at it at Fight for the Fallen coming up in June. Or I think it's July, one or the other. And you had Brandy come out in ring gear talking about how, she did say she hopes everyone wins, but at the same time, she wants this match to be awesome. And out comes Awesome Kong, aka Karma. If you watch Glow, you'll remember her as the Welfare Queen. And she got a big reaction, to my surprise. She got a big reaction. So it basically became a fatal 4-way. I thought this match was okay for what it was. Everyone got their spots in. Kylie Ray did a suicide dive off to the outside of the ring where Awesome Kong was holding Britt Baker up. Nyla Rose and Awesome Kong went at it too. Not a bad showing in my opinion, but there was a moment at the end where Nyla Rose did a spear on to Awesome Kong on the outside. They were both out, so basically it was down to Britt Baker and Kylie Ray, and basically the match itself for what it was, it really wasn't a bad match, like I said. So basically, it's Britt Baker hitting a super kick and then hitting her finisher for the 1-2-3. So basically, Britt Baker got the win. And it's, again, you're showcasing your women's division. There'll be probably more women coming in as well in the long run. AEW, I'm pretty sure they'll probably announce a women's title at the Fight for the Fallen show coming up, or if not, they'll probably mention it at the All Out show in Chicago. But there was that. We then had a tag team match. We had a tag team match of the Best Friends, Trent Beretta and Chucky T, versus Jack Evans and Angelico. I thought this match was fun. I thought it really was. But the problem is, though, at the same time, if you want my honest criticism on this, it felt like I'm watching a match I saw on PWG. Just the usual flips and near falls, and oh my god, this is awesome chants and dives, and which again, for some people that's great. I'm into that too, but goddamn, at least just slow it down a little bit. But when it was all said and done, again, Beretta and Chucky T got the win. And after the match, you had an appearance of the Super Smash Bros. They appeared and they basically attacked both teams. They had this whole thing where they turned the lights off and on, right? And when they turned the lights back on, they had other minions outside the ring to do the ambush. I mean, you look at the tag team division right now in AEW. You have basically the Young Bucks, the Lucha Bros, Angelico and Jack Evans, Trent Beretta and Chucky T, the best friends. And now you have the Super Smash Bros. That's 5 teams right there. And not to mention as well, SCU, and I guess you want to add in Shima and 2 other guys from OWE. You have a very good tag team division right now. Dare I say better than WWE's right now? Holy shit. Good for them. Awesome. I look forward to seeing when they crown the tag team champions down the road. I really, really do. I mean that when I say that. Like I said, they announced that All Out, the sequel to All In, was announced, and it'll be in Chicago Saturday, August 31st at the Cedar Center. And like I said earlier in this review on the show, I do plan on attending that show. I want to. Because I want to just, again, see what it's all about. See, it's one thing watching it at home. See, I've been to WrestleManias before. I've been to 3 WrestleManias. And they were great. They were awesome. But I gotta see what this is all about. I gotta know what this AEW in person, live, is all about. And granted, I can wait till New York if they ever come to New York, which I hope they do one day. But this, I gotta know what this experience is like, especially an all-in type of show. I have to feel it. I have to fucking realize what this is about, if you will. If you want my honest opinion on that. It may come off weird, but fuck, I just need to know. My brother lives in Chicago, so it looks like I'll be going. I have to see, though. Again, things can happen here come August. But like I said before, with the band getting back together next week, there's possibility. Just never know, man. Never fucking know. We had the 6-person women tag team match. The women from Japan, you had Hiroku's Shahida, Ryu Abe, and Ryu Mizunami. If I'm butchering these names, I apologize in advance. Just keep that in mind, okay? If I butcher these names, I apologize, okay? Don't sue me, alright? Versus Aja Kong, Yuka Sakuzaki, and Emi Sakura. I'll be real about it. I heard about Aja Kong. I said that in my predictions. I am not familiar with the other women. I'm really not. I apologize. Hopefully, with more shows to come from AEW, I'll get more recognition. But I think it was very cool, to showcase the Japanese women, some Joshi wrestling. Why the fuck not showcase it? It looked like the crowd was into it. I'll say this is my opinion, and I don't mean to come off like a dick or a piece of shit when I say this. If I was there live at the MGM Grand, this would have been the bathroom break for me. This would probably been the moment where, hey, I'm going to get up from my seat, and go grab a beer, or buy a soda, or buy some nachos, or a hot dog. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And again, when I say that, I don't mean to be a dick or a piece of shit. I'm just not familiar with these women. I'm not familiar with this. So it's like, all right, fine, it was there. They did their usual stuff. They probably did in Japan. But nothing to go crazy about. Oh my God, I gotta see this. You know what I'm saying? If you want my opinion. Shida won the match for her team with a running knee strike to Sakura. There was that. Again, not a bad showing by no means at all. But I feel like, again, if I'm watching this, if I was there, probably in the bathroom break, the piss break, if you will. Move the mic up a little bit here, all right? There we go. Ahí está, carajo, ahí está. We then get Cody and Dustin Rhodes, one of the big key matches on the show, brother versus brother, the Nightmare versus the Natural. What I found funny about this, so before both men even came out, they brought out a throne, right? So familiar. It had skulls in it, had a little cross in it too and shit. It basically a Triple H symbol. A symbol of Triple H every time he comes out to WrestleMania, shit like that. We've seen Triple H use this throne before, this chair, if you will. So as Dustin and Cody are coming out, they're looking at it, right? Cody comes out, and it's like, oh my God, this entrance of Cody, very Pithant-like. Because remember, that piffant bodybuilder, okay, cannot outshine me. Now, when I'm doing that imitation, it's not meant to be taken serious, okay? So he comes out there. Brandy, I guess, grabs a sledgehammer from underneath the ring. Oh my God, what a coincidence. A sledgehammer underneath the ring. Yoo-hoo-hoo. And Cody proceeds to walk up, back on stage, and just wing that sledgehammer onto the throne of the chair and break it. It exploded almost. People went crazy for it. Now listen, it's funny though. And I don't mean to come off. Listen, when I'm saying this right now, it's not meant for me to come off, oh, you're a WWE fanboy, man. Easy for you to say that shit. No. Listen, I find it funny how everyone, oh my God, this is great, yay. But I guarantee you, in a week from now, when it's takeover in fucking Connecticut, NXT, Triple H. So again, it's wrestling hypocrisy 101, wrestling contradiction 101. I'm just saying. Now, I'm pretty sure Triple H will respond in some way, shape, or form, but we'll see. We shall see. The match for what it was, honestly, this was the best match on the show. The best match on the fucking show. Hands down. If there's any match on the show you should watch, is this right here. Dustin bled during a long back and forth match. He bled. There's a moment where Brandy gets involved and DDP comes out and carries her out of the ring. Basically, out of the arena, if you will. This is, again, a one-on-one match. Dustin started bleeding like crazy. Like a fucking faucet. I've never seen Goldust bleed ever before. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he bled before in WWE as Goldust, what have you. But goddamn, this guy poured out so much blood. It's like, holy shit, this is insane. And they're going back and forth. They're kicking out each other's finishers. Just back and forth. They kicked out of freaking Crossroads and I guess Code Red that Dustin hit before. Just a crazy back and forth. And everyone was in the edge of their fucking seat. Even myself sitting here watching, even when I was at home, even when I was at my friend's house. Holy shit. All of us like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on here? What's going on here, pal? What is it? And there's a good back and forth. And it's funny. So there's a moment where Cody hit a vertebraker, but he wouldn't let the referee count Dustin out for 10. And they hit the crossroads to win the match. So basically Cody won. So basically the Attitude Era is dead. Oh my God, the Attitude Era is fucking dead. It doesn't exist no more. We should forget about the Attitude Era. Forget about all the stuff that got people entertained about wrestling in the fucking late 90s. That's what I got from this. Cody got what he wanted. Cody got what he wanted by killing the Attitude Era, right? That's what he wanted to do for a long time, right? That's what he said in the video packages hyping up the match. And listen, by no means am I coming off like I'm bashing Cody or I'm being bitter. No. Listen, I'm happy that Cody won. Great, all the fuck you want. But at the same time, that thought was silly. I want to kill the Attitude Era because that piffant bodybuilder. When the match was over, Cody got in the mic and said he doesn't want Dustin to retire. He doesn't want him to retire. He said that he signed off for a match before AEW even happened or anything like that for Fight for the Fallen for a tag team match. Him and a partner of his choosing versus the Young Bucks. And he said, you know what? Cody doesn't need a friend, doesn't need a partner. He wants his older brother. And he started crying. And I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna front. As a man, I'm just gonna say it, bruh. I caught tears. Again, one thing about Cody, and I noticed this about him. Yes, he can be an arrogant piece of shit, all the fuck you want. But when the bell rings, he knows how to get, that emotional side. Perfect example, okay? When him and Nick Aldis were going at it for All In for the NWA World Title, in those YouTube video promoting the match, where he talked about his father, how this is basically about a son wanting his dad to know he wouldn't be lying and stuff like that. I caught tears from that. And then when Cody came out to the ring at All In, right? The tears in his eye, bro. If that didn't hit you in the feel, I don't know what the fuck what hit you in the feel. And then that last night when him and fucking Dustin hugged and that emotional moment and shit. Oh my god, it was great. Dusty is looking down on heaven and just having a big smile on his face to seeing what his two boys are doing. And I mean that. I really, really do. Before I continue forward, the commentary team here, you had Excalibur from PWG, WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross, and I think Ricky Marvez. I could be wrong on that name. I thought Excalibur was great. Excalibur is Excalibur. You're going to get from him what you're going to get. Jim Ross, it's okay. I'm not saying, oh my god, the best Jim Ross we've seen. But Ricky Marvez, bro, I'm sorry. That guy, in my opinion, shat the bed. Completely shat the bed. Please, AEW. Please. Listen, I know people complain that WWE has a 3-man booth. Listen, AEW does not need a 3-man booth. Just saying. Okay? Sincerely me, in my honest opinion. And again, guys, I welcome your feedback. Give me your thoughts. Do you think AEW needs a 3-man booth? Or are you okay with Ricky Marvez? And if I'm saying his name wrong, I apologize. If I'm saying his name wrong, I apologize. With Jim Ross and Excalibur, or maybe you prefer Excalibur and Jim Ross. Let me know. Let me the fuck know. We had the presentation of the new AEW World Championship. They brought it out. They had Bret Hart present the belt. Not just any name. Bret the Hitman Hart. WWE Hall of Famer. 2-time WWE Hall of Famer. Bret the Hitman Hart come out. And that really caught me by surprise. Like, oh my god, he's out there. Think about it. A month ago, he was at the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony, right? He was at WrestleMania, all that shit, right? And now here he is on the competitor side, right, to present the AEW World title. Now, here's the belt. Now, granted, on TV, on the pay-per-view, I really didn't get a good glimpse of it, right? Because they didn't even showcase it at the right time. So they brought out Hangman Page, right? They brought out the Hangman Page. And they're about to show the belt, and out came MJF. I'll get back to the belt in just a second, okay? I'll get back to the belt momentarily. So they bring out MJF, and MJF is basically just, getting his shit in there, just going back at it with Bret and with Hangman Page. He referenced the fact that, hey, maybe, they should watch out for Bret because the fan might attack him and shit. Referencing the match from what happened at the Hall of Fame ceremony this past April when the fan did attack Bret Hart because fuck him. Fuck that fan, if you will. And one thing about MJF, and I said it before and I'll say it again, that guy is the now. That guy is the present, and that guy is the future of the business right now. That guy, MJF has it. MJF is someone who I can see be a future world champion down the road. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be at All Out or a Fight for the Fallen, but in a couple years from now, if AEW has that momentum, if AEW gets that steam going, if they get those numbers up with TNT, he is a heel that you make for the future. A future heel main eventer in Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And the fact that this kid's only 23, the guy hasn't even hit his prime yet. Imagine MJF when he hits his fucking prime. Imagine when he finally gets to that plateau in his career. The sky's the limit for him, right? And he's just shit talking, Bret Hart. He's shit talking Hangman Page. Talk about how Hangman Page is in one leg, how he should just be shot down, and how he's just saying he should have Hangman Page relinquish his, his title match to give it to Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And then he gets interrupted by Jungle Boy and I'm having a fucking brain fart right now. Jimmy Havoc. And they're brawling with him and shit. Even MJ, even Hangman Page got some spots in as well. Got some shots there too. But as all this is happening, my only problem is this. You have Bret Hart, all this is happening in the ring, showing the belt off. while Hangman Page is outside the ring. He's looking at it from the outside. The belt itself, I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks like a very good looking belt. It looks like what happens if you took the IWGP title and you merged it with your local regional MMA promotion, like a Bellator or a 1FC, something like that. It's not a bad looking belt. It looks like a very good looking belt. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I like it. It's awesome. It for the looks of it, it doesn't look like a high school ring. Doesn't look like something that W just made it randomly just fucking be lazy and shit. It looks like a very good looking belt. So I'm sold on it. Now, am I going to buy the replica if they ever come up with replicas? I don't know. I don't think so. But again, I do think it's a good looking belt. And I welcome, guys, your feedback. Your thoughts on the new AEW World title. Do you like the belt? Do you not like the belt, guys? Give me your thoughts on that. Now, moving on. We're almost done with the review here, guys. We're almost done with the fucking review. We go on to the co-main event. The Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson versus the Lucha Brothers for the AAA Tag Team Championships here. And the match itself was a very fun match. It was back and forth. Everyone got their shits in as well. My only thing that I'll say this is the same like the tag team match from early in the show where the Best Friend and Angelico and Jack, it just felt the same pace. Near fall kick out, finisher kick out, super kick, package pile driver, Pentagon, I guess, broke the arm of Matt Jackson, right, in this match as well. Bang for your buck. Again, the crowd was literally going insane. And listen, I've said this before, I'll say it again. One thing is watching a Young Bucks match from television, from home, what have you. Another thing is being there live. And when you're there live, watching them wrestle, it's amazing. It's fun. It's cool to see what the fuck they do with the super kicks and the fucking flips and Meltzer driver and Indie Taker and all that stuff, right? Matt Jackson, I guess, on Being the Elite was promoting a new move, a new finisher. And we're going to see the new finisher, or the new move, if you will, on this show. And from what it looks like, it's basically on the top turnbuckle, reversed brainbuster. Something that El Generico would do back in the day in Ring of Honor. And that's what it looked like. It looked like they botched it a little bit, but they made it work for what it was. But when it was all said and done, the Young Bucks hit the Meltzer driver on the Phoenix for the 1-2-3. So the Young Bucks are still the AAA tag team champions. I'm surprised because you would think if you're AAA, you want the belt back on the Lucha Bros. But also being the fact that I guess the Lucha Bros are also doing Impact Wrestling, MLW. We shall see. But nonetheless, though, it was a very good match. I just wish, in my honest opinion, that they would just slow it down a bit. Slow it down. Bring it down a notch. I guess as you get older, you realize this shit too. But that's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. We then get the main event. The main event of the evening. Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega 2. The winner of this match would face Hangman Page on a future show to crown the first AEW World Champion. This was a brawl. What I did like, though, before the match even took place, Jericho's entrance. The evolution of Chris Jericho. So you had Lionheart. I guess it was played by Jungle Boy, I guess. You just made the list Jericho. And then you had the lighting jacket Jericho. So basically all three Jerichos on a stage. And then you had the new now version of Chris Jericho. This brawling style, this evil version of Chris Jericho. And he comes out there. It's always very cool. Omega had a new theme song. I'll be real about it. I prefer the old theme song. That's just my opinion. But hey, it is what it is. The match, like I said, was a fucking brawl. It was back and forth. It was going back at it. Omega started bleeding from the nose. There's a moment where they're on the outside and Kenny, I guess, is standing on the guardrail and Jericho just pushes him and he falls into the crowd. That being Omega, by the way. Just a good back and forth match. Jericho, again, hit the lion salt twice. One off I think he landed on the head of Kenny, but Kenny was laying on his stomach and hit it again for a near fall. There was a V trigger by Kenny. I haven't seen him hit the fucking V trigger in a long time. Here's the thing about it too. You gotta think about this. You gotta think about this also. Kenny Omega, say what you want about him. Yes, one of the best wrestlers on the planet. All the fuck you want, but the guy lost so much momentum. He did. His last match, when you think about it, when you really think about it, was the Tokyo Dome. He hasn't wrestled since fucking January 4th. Against Tanahashi. So yeah, you can say, oh, but he left the Don Callis on that indie show in Winnipeg. I don't count that. To me, his official match for the last time was against Tanahashi at the Tokyo Dome for the IWGP title. And here he is wrestling Jericho now. And again, I'm not saying it was a bad match. Now, between these two matches, this match from last night and the one from Wrestle Kingdom 12, I'll be honest, I preferred the match from Wrestle Kingdom 12. That's just me, okay? But when it was all said and done, Jericho hit the new finisher, the Judas Effect, which is basically a spinning back elbow on a Kenny Omega for the 1-2-3. So Chris Jericho pinned Kenny Omega. They're tied 1-1, basically. So Jericho finally beats Omega, and then when it's all said and done, was over with, right? He gets on the microphone. He talks about how AEW was made for him. It's his company, right? And what he wants now is for Cody and the Bucks and Tony Khan to thank him. And as all this is going on, in the crowd, you see people just going crazy, losing their shit. And you think, oh my God, someone's coming in, something's happening. Hell, I even thought for a second maybe some best in the world, some Phil Brooks would show up. But no. Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, right, comes into the crowd, has a new look, and he hits the Dirty Deeds on Chris Jericho. Hits a Dirty Deeds on the referee. I'm calling it Dirty Deeds because that's how I know it as. Or the double arm DDT. I'm sorry. Double arm DDT. To both Jericho and the referee. He goes to hit it to Kenny Omega. And Kenny Omega and Moxley are fighting back and forth. They're going into the stand, into the crowd. They're fighting by the stage area. To where eventually, Jon Moxley hits a double arm DDT onto Omega on the set where I guess there are like these chips that said double or nothing. And then he threw him off the set and Omega just falls. And that's how you close the show. So Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, former member of the Shield, is now part of All Elite Wrestling. And that's how you close the show. Now, great, awesome. It's good to see him there. I've always been a fan of Moxley in some way, shape, or form. I look forward to seeing what's going to happen. It looks like they're going to have a Moxley versus Kenny Omega feud, which would be fun to see. Something refreshing for him to do. You can tell also that Jon Moxley's having fun. He actually is enjoying himself, which I think is great. I think it's awesome. And that's how you close the show. And now we know for a fact at a later date it's going to be Jericho and Hangman Page to crown the new champion. At the same time, too, you got to remember also, Jericho's facing Okada at Dominion. I think in a couple of weeks. So you want him to going into New Japan into that title match with some momentum. So having him win here, I'm fine with. It makes sense. So he can go out there and probably beat Okada. We'll see what's going to happen with that. But overall, like I said, with All Elite Wrestling, I'm sold. I'm all in. Now you got me on board. Now, is this the end of WWE? No. I'm hearing people say that, oh, WWE's in trouble. I'm hearing respectable podcasters say that. I'm hearing people say, oh, WWE better take notice. They're shook now. Listen, do I think that WWE knew about this show? Yes. Do I think that Vince McMahon himself watched this show? No. Do I think that Vince McMahon had one of his interns or his stooges watch the show for him? Yes. Do I think that they're writing up notes right now based on what happened last night? Yes, I think that's what's probably happening. They're filling him in the information. Now, this is what I hope happens. I think if you're a wrestling fan, to sit there and say, "Oh, it's the end of WWE," it's the all that shit, the death blow and shit like that. No, that's not happening. What I hope does happen, I said this before, and I'll say it again, that this is WWE's wake up call. Like, bruh, get your shit together. We know you can do it. Now it's time you fuckers get your shit together. I look forward, believe it or not, what's going to happen tomorrow on Raw. After the first show of AEW, Double or Nothing. But AEW is here, y'all. It's here, and I look forward to seeing what's going to happen. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Wrestling in the fall is going to be so fucking interesting. You have SmackDown going the Friday nights on Fox. On Fox, you have AEW with their show on TNT starting in October. If there was ever a time to get back into pro wrestling, it's right now. Right now. But, guys, this wraps up the new installment of Around the Point. I thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Follow me on all social media. It's @HeelSteven, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat. Everything in general is @HeelSteven. Like I said early on in the podcast, the big announcement starting is next week. The band is getting back together. Myself, OKFabe, and Matt from In the Robe Show. We're getting back together for one episode. I'll be interviewing both Matt and Connor. It should be fun. I hope you all enjoy that when it drops next week. And that being said, guys, this wraps up for me. Thank you all for watching. And as always, y'all, hate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, y'all, I am Steve, and I am out like Janet's titties, y'all. Peace out, dorks. But yeah, yo, I'm all in. Good job, you fat fuck. You did a good job. God damn it. Just for that, we're going to reward you. We're going to give you a raise. Really? What are you giving me, bruh? Pizza bagels. Like your cousin freaking Terrence Lakes. God damn it, yo. Fuck it. Why not?